think I got everybody on here. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Baby Q&A with Ask the Nanny. Thank you for joining me tonight. I know this is a new night for you all. It's a new night for me. I'm trying to get it all together. Hello, Dion. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Thank you all for joining me. How are you this evening, Dion? Hey, girl. Hey. If y'all have any baby questions, please uh, post them in the comments. A better still, post them in the little question box, um, the Q&A box, so that I can make sure that I answer them. Because the last time I was on here, um, there were a few questions. I got half of a question and didn't get the other half. Hello, Sarah. How are you? I am doing well, Dion. I am doing well. I'm just waiting on a few people to join us. If you have questions, any baby questions, please feel free to drop your questions into the question box. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. I didn't realize what that little box was. Okay. Every time I come on here, something is different. So I kind of have to push all the buttons and love your sweater. Thank you, Sarah. I'm about to start a new nanny job soon. 5-month baby. What are good foods to start at that age? At 5 months old, formula or breast milk. But if your baby is already eating, hey lady, your favorite teethers. My little guy is 9 months and getting all his teeth at once. Oh no. See, I started to drag my suitcase in here with all my stuff in here. Um, but in order to show you the teethers, okay, you all give me 2 minutes. Let me go get my big suitcase that I have all of my baby supplies. I came with my baby. I came prepared with my baby, but uh, yeah. So let me go get my supplies, and I'll come back and I'll answer you about the teethers. Taylor Marie. Okay, made my gingerbread cookies the other night. Yum. Oh, great, great, great. Okay, 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. I just got to run into the other room. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So, teethers. Let me find my teethers. I have several different kinds of teethers. Um, where's the one that I have in the? Okay. There it is. Okay. So to answer your question about teethers, Taylor. Um, to answer your question, okay. So if your baby is teething and you can't get them to eat, get you some of these. These are made by Munchkin. They are teethers. You can take food like pears, bananas, apples. Well, not apples, but I guess apples would freeze. But any food that can go in this mesh, put the food in here, put it in the freezer, voila. Give it to them as a snack or as part of their lunch or dinner. Also, they have the silicone ones. They have the It's like the silicone with the little holes. Can you see those little holes in there? And you put the food inside of there, put it in the freezer, put the cap on there, and let it freeze and give it to them. It helps to soothe their mouth. And it also gets food in them while they are teething. Now, these are for the younger babies. Uh, you put these in the refrigerator. You don't put these in the freezer. A lot of people put these in the freezer. They're not supposed to go into the freezer. They're only supposed to go into the refrigerator. So you can put these in the refrigerator and you can get them cold. I would sit them at the back of the refrigerator because that's the coldest part of the refrigerator. So these are good too. Then they have these. I like these because can you see that? It has little ridges right here, and they can stick it into their whole mouth because the baby's mouth is about this big, and so they can chew. It can cover from here to here in their mouth. It massages the gums. You can put this in the refrigerator and cool it off if you want to. Hello, Sandy Eleanor. How are you? Thanks for joining me. They also have, this is one of my favorites because it massages. You see those little ridges right here? They are ridges for the baby's mouth. They have some in the front. Oh, let me hold it up. They have some in the front, some on the back. You see that on the back? So no matter if they're chewing like this, if they're chewing like that, because you know how kids don't put it in their mouth like they're supposed to, like you want them to, and they just kind of chew on the side. Well, it has ridges on the bottom and the top, so it covers both at the same time. And little ticklers right here on the front. Now, if you really want to get fancy, if you're out in public or when you're feeding them or you just want to put something around there so they won't keep dropping it and dropping it and dropping it. They have bibs. They make little bibs with the little teether. This is like a little handkerchief bib. It's reversible. You see that? It's reverse. It's a little reversible. Let me take it apart. A little reversible handkerchief bib. But this part right here, you see those little triangles and grooves on there? This one has the same little triangles and grooves. It comes in a 2-pack, and they're reversible. And you can put this around your baby's neck to catch the drool, because they do drool when they teeth, and also to catch they can kind of chew on it, and the grooves kind of rub their gums. So those are my best teethers. I also have like this little baby Einstein that has the little grooves on the feet, and it's also kind of attracts them with the little crinkly papers. Hello, Nanny, Miss Monique. You can't see. You can't see. I'm sorry. There you go. Can you see that? There we go. Now, those are my teethies. Those are the ones that I like. I kind of sort of like this one, but this little, sometimes this scares the baby. Depends on the age of your baby. But it has like little ridges on the corners. The baby to chew on. But these are some of my best teethers. You can also get little popsicles. Make breast milk or formula popsicles for them to suck on, and that helps them to eat while they're teething. So all of those things will help while teething. Amina said, I got one of those as a gift and didn't know what the hard part was for. It's for teething, Amina. It's for teething. Let's see. I have more questions. Hello, Moran. Let me see. Let me make sure I got that right. Hold on. Yeah, I can't see me. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to read, and the writing is white, and my shirt is white, so it's kind of blending in. Okay, so is that Miranda? Yes. Hello, Miranda. How are you? I'm about to start a new nanny job. Uh, so for a 5 month old, I would say formula or breast milk. I usually don't start feeding babies until 6 months. Some pediatricians will say that you can feed them earlier, but I try to start around 6 months. But if the baby is already eating purees, I would start with avocado, which is a good brain food. It has oils for the skin and oils to and the avocado is known as a good brain food. I would start with vegetables, a squash, butternut squash, or sweet potato, or a try green beans and peas. Once the baby um, starts eating more than one food at a time, take your time, feed one food at a time, introduce one food at a time. So, in other words, don't go start, oh, here's some sweet potatoes. Oh, tomorrow I'll give you green beans. Oh, the next day I'll give you butternut squash. No, one food at a time, and at least 3 to 5 days give the same food so that you know that the baby's not having an immediate allergic reaction to it. So start slow, introduce one food at a time, and then when you get 5 or 6 different foods, you may mix, spinach and apples, or um, banana and sweet potatoes, or what else do I mix together? My baby's, she's a year old, so I make smoothies for her now. But your 5 month old will not be eating smoothies. So start with purees. I like making my own baby food because I know what's in it. I like making it because um, the stores say there's no preservatives in it. There's no preservatives in it. But it took time to get from the manufacturer, from the ground to the manufacturer to cook it and then put it in the pouches. It took time for them to get from the pouches to the boxes, from the boxes to the store, from the store to the shelf. So that's like what, a week, 2 weeks? And then when you go, more than likely, there's already food there on the shelf that has been sitting there for a while. So if you think about it, what's keeping that food? Because I don't know of any food that sits out in the air, or that doesn't deteriorate or go rotten within a week. But the food is fresh. Suppose the jar food is fresh. They say there's not a preservative in it. I beg to differ. There's got to be some kind of citric acid or something in there that keeps that food fresh to go on the shelf. That's just my theory. So, but that's one of the reasons why I like making my own food, because I can control what goes in it. Hello, Nanny Soros, NYC Nanny Soros. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Hello, Pilot Jones. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, Taylor. And activities for a 17-month-old. I'm running out of things to do. Um, if you are in a snow area, um, things that I used to do, I used to put water in like a little squeeze, plastic bottle, or even a squirt bottle. Get a squirt bottle because you can work on their fine motor skills, and let them squirt water. You go outside and let them put food coloring, or even watercolors in there, which is even better than food color because they stain less. The stains come out better if they get stained. But let them spray the snow, create snow art. Because I know somewhere, unless you're down here in the South with me, it's not snowing down here. But you can still get the water uh, and put it in a squirt bottle and let them squirt it. So if they're squirting it, that's an activity. Um, Finger painting, it's good for a 17-month-old. Um, I like to take cornstarch and water. Boil the water and add the cornstarch until it becomes like a pudding. And once it becomes like a pudding, uh, I let it cool off, put it in a big Ziploc bag, put some duct tape on it so they can get into it. But um, but before I put the duct tape in there, I put 2 drops of food coloring, red and a yellow, or a blue and a red, or anything that's going to make a color combination, and put one at one end and one at the other, and let them kind of mash it and watch the colors turn from the red and the blue to purple. And how dark is the purple? And talk about the colors. It manipulates their hands. Um, as far as the a ball, their coordination with the ball, kicking the ball, rolling the ball, throwing the ball. Work on their throwing. I advise you to get a ball that is not hard, one that they can easily grasp. They do have those. I remember back in PE, they had this big red ball, this red balls with like it has a texture on it. Um, Sensory balls are good for throwing and for catching. Have them to hold their hands out. You can start catching. Um, let's see, what else for a 17-month-old? Um, Music, instruments. Get you some instruments. Even if you have to make some, you can get the toilet paper roll, put the wax paper on one end, get the plastic water bottle, put some rice in it. Let them make rice confetti. That's a good activity. And if you're brave enough, put it in a big tub, put some cars and trucks in there, and let them just drive through the snow or drive through the grass or in the gravel or whatever. It's quote unquote fake saying. Um, but put some little sand toys in there so the rice can fall through, and they can make it. Put some rice in a Ziploc bag, put 3 or 4 um, drops of food color in there, and let them shake. Now that makes for a good, a good a nap time when they're shaking. And then show them as you pour it out on some wax paper to let it dry, because you need to let it dry, or else that food color is going to get all over their hands. So let it dry. Also, make butter. If your child's not allergic to butter, make butter. Heavy whipping cream, jar food, or a small jar, a little jar, um, or a plastic uh, jar, and let them shake, 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 and watch it turn um, into butter. You can take beans. We have done this experiment. Take beans, get another little plastic Ziploc bag, put a wet paper towel in there, put 3 or 4 different kinds of beans, and just place them on the wet paper towel. Hang it on the refrigerator. Leave the bag open so it can get some air. But on the inside of the bag, put some magnets on the inside of the bag so they can come and watch it. This is an experiment. And then watching their plants grow. You can plant grass in a cup. Seeds. Watch the seeds grow. Um, let's see what else. Plants, grass or flowers. Get in, and while they are growing, get a flower pot. Get some paint brushes. Let them just go get a little clay flower pot. Let them paint the flower pot. All of these are great activities for your fine motor skills, gross motor skills. Take them out running, run them, run them, run them. Uh, Create an obstacle course where they have to climb over and go under and around and through, so you can teach concepts. Go over the bucket, go under the blanket. Create a fort. You can use a tent. You can use, like back in the day when I was young, we used a blanket and some chairs, And we created a fort. Take some flashlights in there, have a story time, make it a quiet corner, have a picnic inside the fort, have snack time in there. All these are great activities for a 17-month-old. Okay, hold on. I have a question over here. What strategy can you use to encourage baby to crawl? Ah, okay. So, in order to encourage babies to crawl, what I like to do is first, them doing tummy time will initiate movement. Roll them, flipping them over, encourage them to flip over back and forth. Practice with them flipping over back and forth. But I like to take toys, and since I have some here, this is the toy. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, see me. And the baby is here. The baby's head is here, and they can reach to right about there. And they can just barely get it, and their fingers could almost touch it. And no. But if it's a toy that they really want and you jiggle that toy, they'll start trying to do this army crawl. Their feet will start kicking, and they'll start trying to do this army crawl. And when they start doing the army crawl, you encourage them. Sometimes when babies doing tummy time, I will take my hand, like this is their foot. I'll take my hand and I'll put it at the back of their foot. And when they get frustrated, they kick their feet. And if something is there, something hard is there, it propels them forward. And they kick again, and I put my hand there and it propels them forward. That motion and them knowing I'm doing this motion. At first, they probably don't know it, but getting them to just move forward and push, put your hand behind their feet, and when they kick off, it propels them forward. Those things help to encourage them to crawl. I've used the bottle before. It's almost time to eat, and I shake the bottle, and they kick their feet, and any movement at all. Yay, you did it! And we drink the bottle. The next time, as they get used to it, and they start getting that crawl going on, I'll just sit it right in front of them, especially if they can hold themselves. I'll sit it right there in front of them, and they scooch their way over to the bottle, and then I pick them up, and I hold them, and we have the bottle. Whatever their favorite toy is, whether it's music or a doll or a little lovey, use that to your advantage to help them, to encourage them to crawl. You suggest if a baby doesn't like tummy time, they cry and flip over to back. Um, I work with a lot of babies that don't like uh, tummy time, and the reason they don't like, I don't know of too many babies who do like tummy time, but I try to flip them forward and back, on their back and in their tummy, and their back and their tummy. When they start to get angry and frustrated, I don't want them to get to the point of no return. Also, realize that this is a baby, and that, 5 minutes on their tummy is long enough, depending on the age. So make sure that when you have tummy time, make it worth their time. Take their, while they're on their back or while they're on their tummy, um, try helping them lift their heads. Put a mirror in front of them so they see the baby in the mirror. It encourages them to lift their heads. Now, if they lift their heads, for my newborns, they lift their heads and look at the baby in the mirror, or jingle a little bell so they can look towards the bell. They turn their heads back and forth. It's strengthening those muscles. Even if they don't lift their head, if they turn their head towards the music or towards the sound, especially the sound of mama, they hear mama, and they're looking around trying to find mama. It's important to play with them. Uh, when they're on their backs, kind of bicycle their legs. Hold on, let me pull this down so you can see. Bicycle their legs like this. when they're on their back. Play games with them. If you're happy, you know it, clap your hands, clap their hands. Get them used to being on the floor. You don't have to necessarily pick them up, but if they're on the floor, and then flip them over to their tummy, sing if you're happy and you know it, and pat the top of their hands. Um, I like using music with children in tummy time because it makes music changes the atmosphere. It changes the thought process. It changes things in the brain. So use music that you know, the happy baby music, or even rock songs. My little girl, she loves the Five Little Monkeys, but she don't like the Five Little Monkeys. She likes the Goldfish. Five Little Monkeys, a group called Goldfish, Five Little Monkeys. It sounds more like a rock song than the Five Little Monkeys jumping in the bed. Now they singing it and she loves it. And anytime she gets upset, that's my go-to song because it makes her happy, it makes her laugh. And I started when she was like 1 or 2 months old using that song. And now she's a year old. I still use that song. It still makes her happy. It makes her laugh. And she starts getting up and she starts dancing. Changes her whole mood. So use music, experiment with music to see what, causes your baby to, look around like, what's that song? That encourages them uh, to do tummy time longer. If you play with them and not just sit there like, okay, I need you to come on. You got 5 more minutes on your tummy. No, you have to engage your child. There's sometimes when you have to engage your child, and sometimes you need to let them play independently. But when you're trying to get them to roll over and do tummy time, then engage your child. Don't just leave them sitting there. That's why they get frustrated a lot. Okay. Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you. Advice for new mommies. Breathe. Advice for new mommies. Breathe. Your baby feels your emotions. If you're upset and nervous, your baby will cry, and because they don't feel safe. If you've ever been around anybody who wants to hold, oh, can I hold the baby? Or a new dad or a grandpa, because it's like, okay, am I holding the baby right? And if you holding that baby like this and nervous and your hand is kind of shaking, that baby does not feel safe. You gonna drop me, and they baby will start crying. Not because they don't love the person or they don't like the person. I just don't like the way you're holding me because I feel like you're gonna drop me. Think about it as an adult. If you felt like somebody was holding you and they were about to drop you, put me down, put me down, put me down, put me down. But I got you. Put me down. If you are nervous in somebody's hands, you will do the same thing. Put me down. And that's what all the babies asking. Give me somebody that knows how to hold me. Because I'm nervous. But breathe. Your baby feeds off of your emotions. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got this. Once you calm yourself down, it helps to calm your baby down because your baby is a part of you and your baby feels what you feel. Okay. Taylor said, oh my God, genius, that would be great when we're out in public. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, I've been waiting for your live. Oh, have you? Let me see. Who is this? Okay, let me see. Heals a lot? Okay. I put my hand up here because I can't see the white writing up against my white shirt. So forgive me if you can't see me. I'm trying to read. Uh Nanny, you're live. Hi, Catiani. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I got all the questions over here. And hold on, I have a question over here. Hello, hey Nat. Hello, Nicole Elena. How are you? Baby girl is just transitioned to whole milk. Didn't have an issue with it in a bottle, but today I tried to put her milk in a sippy cup and she was not a fan. Thoughts? Oh no. because they're used to having that milk in the bottle. And I think all babies go through that transition. That's why I try to start early with the sippy cup, putting water and sometimes putting milk in there. And just, I don't put a whole lot of milk in there. I just put a little bit so they can get used to more than just water comes out of this cup. Now, a lot of people are not a fan of juice, and if you are, uh, that's fine too, because most babies get water and juice out of the cup, the sippy cup. But it's so, and you have to learn that it's okay to put uh, milk. Keep going, keep trying, keep. Uh, okay, uh, hold on, Carrie. Let me just. I was reading the question. Sorry. Um, keep trying it. The way I transition, ouch. Oh, sorry. My I went to the chiropractor before I got online, and she worked on my shoulder, and I just felt a twinge, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of hurting. Sorry about that. But what was I saying? Keep trying with the sippy cup. Just because it didn't work the first time, just keep trying. The way I transitioned my baby girl was we took the bottle. They have the sippy nipples that are on the bottle that go to the bottle, the Dr. Brown's bottle. So we switched all the nipples to the sippy nipple instead of the regular nipple. She felt confident because it was coming out of the bottle. And she felt comfortable because it was coming out of the bottle, but it was a different nipple. And she kind of took the bottle out of her mouth and she looked at it and turned it around. And I said, yeah, that's your milk. And so after the first couple of times she tried it, she wasn't a fan of it. And then about the third or fourth time, she's like, okay, I guess, I'm not getting my regular nipple anymore. So she drank it out of the nipple. Then we switched to the Dr. Brown's. They have a sippy straw, a straw cup. So, well, actually, it's like a bottle, but it has handles on it. So we switched to that. She liked that. And then as we did that, we went to a sippy cup that had a straw. So we just kind of kept transition, but we kept all the sippy nipples just in case we needed for the bottle. But we used a little bottle to make it a water bottle because she saw her mom drinking out of a water bottle. So we made her water bottle. We took all the stems and everything out and just put the sippy nipple in there, and that's her water bottle with the sippy nipple. So we have transitioned, and now we're working on drinking uh, without a sippy lid and all that, just a regular cup. So keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Okay, so Carrie, um, I don't know if you on here. This thing right here, it has where it has the little ridges right here. Let me show you. This little ridges, and it has little ridges on the front. It's a teether, so they can chew it like this or like that. Also, this little guy right here will go into his mouth like this, and it'll cover from here to here in their mouth. And it has different ridges in the middle than it does on the outside. It has a bigger ridge on the outside to help with those molars. Um, I know you know about the silicone feeders, the mesh feeders and the silicone feeders. So, but that's cold stuff. I get a wet towel and you know chill in the refrigerator and rub the gums with it. A cold carrot. Be careful with his front teeth, but if he holds it on the side and chews on that cold carrot, we've done the cold carrots, and she likes to suck the juice out of the carrot. So we tried the cold carrot. I don't know if you tried that or not, but cold carrots work too. And I know we're doing the same thing because our baby's about the same age, so that is rough. Mom's mom said that she was up 3 hours last night, just chewing on everything. Her finger all the way back there, everything. So yeah, it's rough. Definitely rough. Uh, Chamomile tea. I don't know if your baby. That's another thing that my grandmother used to use with us is chamomile tea. It helps to calm and it's soothing. So try the chamomile tea if you haven't. I found this either at Walmart or Target. Oh, and even on this part, it has little dips in. Let me see. On this part, it has like little dips and things in there. One side the dip goes inward. This side the groove is outward. So try this and try that. I think I got these either at Walmart or Target, and it's made by who was this made by? Okay, Nubby. Yes, the Nubby. That's who it's made by. So find you one of those. These work real well. Okay. Hello, Lucretia. How are you? Thanks for joining me. At what age you started the transition? Uh the transition for the sippy cups? Is that what you're referring to, Lucretia? Is we started that around 10 months because we wanted her to be off the bottle by the time she got a year old. So, yeah, we started around 10 months doing that transfer. We had she was drinking water. She loves water. She's drinking water out of a sippy cup, fine. But that milk, not a fan, not a fan, not a fan. But now she drinks milk out of anything. So, yeah. Let's see if I have any questions over here. Okay. So, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Any other questions? Any advice, new mommies? Your videos are making me feel better. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. We started with peas. Oh, so how did the peas go over? Now, I tell y'all to get the baby vegetable. I hate peas. Don't tell nobody. I can't stand it's a sensory issue. When I chew a pea and that thing pops in my ooh, it just does something to me that just it gets all down up in me, and I'm just like, I'm not a fan. So if you ever go to lunch or dinner with me and we having peas and inside of a casserole or something, you'll see me picking them out and throwing them over to the side. I just kind of slide them over and get whatever food is around it. Mm-mm. I don't know what it is about. I don't like black eyed peas, and I don't like the sweet pea, like the little green sweet peas. Not a fan. It's like it's that gush of just the insides. I don't know if somebody didn't cook it right when I was little, but I have hated them since I was little. Uh-uh, that's not for me. I can't stand them. But if your baby likes them, then good for you. Strategy to use when encourage baby crawl. Okay. FYI, the baby is 8 months old, not crawling, doesn't like tummy time. Ooh, okay. That's a total. I'm thinking you talk about a 4 month old, 3 or 4 month old. Okay, so by 8 months old, if your baby doesn't like tummy time, yes, your baby should be up and trying to crawl. And yeah, that's kind of hard because that's going to take some work, some patience, because you gotta have to backtrack what the things that he or she should have been doing around 3 or 4 months, like the rolling over. Is the baby rolling over? Is the baby rolling over? And because by now they should be doing independent play. By 8 months, you should be working on independent play. How about blueberries? Yes, you can have your babies can have blueberries. I would suggest blueberries between around 9, 10 months old when they can pick up and put it in their mouths. But cut those blueberries. Don't give them to them whole. Cut those blueberries. I know a lot of parents is like, oh, it's just a blueberry. Either cut it or squish it. One or the other. Because I know my baby girl, she will pop it in her mouth, chew, and spit out the peel. She chews and she sucks the inside of it out and spits the peel out. She doesn't like the skin of the blueberry, but she loves blueberries. She wants the blueberries, but she doesn't like the skin. So, uh, but yeah, blueberries are very good. They are high in antioxidants. Should baby sleep on their back or their stomach? Okay, start baby out on their backs. Back is best. AAP, uh, back. If you got any kind of sleep sack or any kind of swaddle, it usually has on there labeled on there back is best, or somewhere on that thing it will say back is best. Put your baby on your back. Once your baby starts to roll over and can roll back and forth, then I still put the baby down on their back. If they choose to roll over, then it's okay because I know that they are strong enough to lift their heads up and get a breath. I know that they're strong enough to roll back over and rescue themselves, basically. Let me see. Who was that? I can't read your comment. Monte. Okay, I can't read you. Thank you. I'm glad you love my videos. What you recommend? Okay, I missed something. Why is my screen stuck? Oh no, y'all, I'm stuck. My screen is stuck over here on TikTok. When can you give eggs? I usually wait until about 11 to 12 months to give eggs. Usually by that time they're eating a lot of table food. And when I say a lot of table food, I mean the food that I'm preparing for myself. And you know how babies always want what's on your plate, kids always want what's on your plate instead of what's on their plate. I will let them taste something that I'm eating as long as it's not too spicy, and it doesn't have anything that is they are allergic to. I let them, try my food. Um, but I usually try eggs um, around between 11 and 12 months because by then their stomach is used to having food in it and used to digesting, and their stomachs are stronger to digest all that protein. Also, this morning, as a matter of fact, I made eggs and spinach. I chopped up some spinach real fine, and I took some butter, and I chopped up the spinach real fine, and I added egg to it, a little salt and a little pepper, and I just slowly cooked it. It was a soft cooked egg. Uh, I don't like hard eggs. It was a soft cooked egg. I just kind of scrambled it in the skillet, and baby girl tore it up. She loved it. It's a way of getting greens in them. Uh, it's flavorful. It's kind of hidden in the egg, but really not because you can see the green in the egg. But it's a way to get them to get proteins and uh, green leafy super greens in them. Hello, Anita. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Let's see. My screen is still stuck. Hold on, y'all. I can't I can't move my screen over here on TikTok. Hold on. Let me see if I push this button. I can't do anything. Can you all still see me? Oh no. Okay, hold on, y'all. I might have to go out and come back on. Oh, oh my gosh. It kicked me out. Hold on. This nanny died. Sorry. Okay, it was paused automatically. It said resume live. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I don't know why it was paused automatically. I don't know what I did to pause it, but hello, hello. If you all can see me, can you give me some likes? Okay. Help my 3 month old only only contact naps and won't fall asleep independently. Well, at 3 months old, unless you started early, they're probably not going to fall asleep automatically, independently. Only cat, you mean it only he only cat naps and won't fall asleep independently. What? Let me ask you this: is that Sasquatch? Is that what your name is? Okay, I can't read it. I think this is Sasquatch. Anyway, if your baby um sleeping on a regular basis before now, and was your baby sleeping independently before now? Oh, contact naps. Okay, only on me. Okay, this is going to it's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt him. But you're going to have to gradually start putting him down in his crib. Uh, and it's going to take time. It's going to take patience because he's used to sleeping on you. Uh, is your baby rolling? Is he rolling over on his tummy, on back to tummy, tummy to back yet? Hi, Elaine. How are you? Thanks for joining me. And she was good sleeper. Oh, and she was a good sleeper, but has progressed to being back to like she was in the start. Okay, so how close is your baby to 4 months old? I know you said 3 months because sometimes that 4 month sleep regression starts a little early. She was so a lot of being held and napping skin to skin. Oh, okay. So, is she up to a good weight now for her 3 months? For her being 3 months, has she gained her weight back? Let's see. That's Casper. Hello, Casper. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Because she was a preemie, you had to do certain things. Now you got to retrain her. Just turned 3 months, and yeah, she's picked up weight well. Okay, so she just turned 3 months. She was premature. So now you're going to have to retrain her because she has taken skin to skin naps most of her life. That's what she is used to. And that's what she's going to continue to want until you change her patterns. And that, like I said, that's going to take time and patience and consistency. I know it may seem like, oh my gosh, she only slept for 5 minutes. But if she sleeps for 5 minutes in her bed today, and then 6 minutes, a couple of days from now, and then 10 minutes, a few days from that, as long as you are continuing to make progress, that's what we're looking for. She was a preemie, so you have to calculate um, her biological age from her chronological age. In other words, her due date, how far her due date is, and how far it was from her actually being born. So if she was born 3 weeks early, then you have to calculate, okay, well, she was out of gestation for, 3 weeks early. So I have to count for those 3 weeks. So technically, she may just be in that 2 month old stage instead of actually 3 months. Am I making sense? So you have to account for all of that, but it can be done. do sleep conditioning first. And when I say sleep conditioning, in a dark room, sound machine, um, just have a routine. If you haven't started a routine for bedtime, start a routine for bedtime, a routine for nap time, so that it will trigger her brain. If you're playing certain music, or start dimming the lights, read a story, sing to her, give a bottle, and then it's nap time. And do that every time so it triggers the brain. Oh, here's my sleep music. Here's mama singing my sleep song. This is my sleepy time story. Then it must be time to go to sleep. So you're going to have to recondition her to going to sleep. So start by having a routine so it triggers the brain that this is what is supposed to happen at this time. And once they get to sleep, and you may have to start off by, you know, letting them fall asleep and then putting them down. And even if they only go down for a few minutes, let your baby go down. And even if she only goes down for a few minutes, each time have less time contact, more time in the crib. So it's going to be a process. And because if you try to do it cold turkey, that probably is not going to work for you. I don't know anybody who likes I don't like cold turkey. I don't like doing anything cold turkey. Some change is good. I love change. Change is good, but I like it as it gradually changes or getting used to it. It's kind of like you're building up to the climax. The big explosion at the end. Boom, she's asleep. Yes. Yeah, but that's going to take some lead up to that. So just you're going to have to balance it. That routine and then putting her in the crib. Make sure that you are putting her in the crib and make sure that I won't say quiet because you don't want it to be completely quiet where you can't talk around your baby, but the sound machine will help all the outside noise. So, um, if you need further help, send me a private message. Let's see. Yes, work with her adjusted age. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're always so helpful. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I hope I'm doing, being helpful. My 12-month-old started crying, um, uh, unless I hold her and walk around. Won't let dad. Okay, so MJ, teachy girl. Has anything happened? Traumatic? Has any changes gone on in your household? Has any changes gone on in your household lately that would trigger trauma? And your baby may be going through separation anxiety, where she's clinging to you. Have you started back to work? Or you started doing things? Oh, she was sick last week. Oh, okay. That explains it. That explains it. She had you all to herself all last week. And if she was at home with you and not at the daycare, she got used to being baby by mommy, pampered by mommy because she was sick. And when our babies get sick, we are there, we on top of it. Hey, my baby's sick, she needs me. Let me go do this, let me go do that, let me have this. And you get all those extra loves and the extra hugs and the cuddles and the tickles and all the extra stuff to help them feel better. No, I don't want to go back to daycare. I want to be home with you, getting all the extra love and the extra hugs. You got me, mama, you got me twisted. I don't want that. I don't want daycare. I want you. I don't want daddy because daddy didn't do what you did. So she's having a separation anxiety. and it's probably a minor case, but she's having that separation anxiety because she was home with you sick all week. And when, it's going to take time, a few days to get her back in order and get her back to, uh, but try, is she walking? Try sitting down on the floor and playing with her. Try other things other than holding her all the time, and let her know mommy's still here, mommy loves you. Uh, but let's do something on the floor. Almost not walking quite yet. Okay, so get on the floor, do some I won't say tummy time, but some floor time with her. Um, have daddy in the room with her, and both of you all play with her. And so you can incorporate daddy into that time so that you can get some relief, because I know after her being sick one week and now she's clinging to you the next week, you're like, okay, just give me a minute. I just need to go just let me go to the bathroom, baby. Yes. So incorporate daddy in that tummy time. Well, not, I keep saying tummy time, floor time. She's too big. Well, I won't say too big for tummy time, but um, incorporate daddy in there. Play games with each other. Uh, do music, act silly, do, puppets, whatever attracts her attention. Both of you all do it. And that way she knows, okay, well, daddy's here, mommy's here, both mommy and daddy love me, and we're doing this together. It's going to take some togetherness, and for you all to bring that back together. And then sometimes, and I talked about it the other day about separation anxiety. Sometimes it's just going to take you handing her over to daddy. Daddy is a safe person. She knows daddy is a safe person. She just prefers you. And sometimes out of sight is out of mind. Have daddy do something fun with her. Uh, create some, memories. Do something fun. Have daddy doing something fun with her, and you walk out, slip out of the room, and daddy's still there. They're having fun, and then you come back. Let her know mommy always comes back. But at the same time, daddy can handle you too. Should baby sleep on their back of their stomach? Baby should sleep on their backs. Start on their backs, and if they're able to roll over, they can roll over to their stomachs. It's difficult when we only have 2 hours between getting home and bedtime and making dinner. Well, while you're making dinner, have daddy to take her in the other room, or who picks her up from daycare? Because if daddy picks her up from daycare, he can stay out a little extra time, extra 15, 20 minutes while you have time to make some dinner. If dad picks her up, or make arrangements for dad to pick her up, if that's possible, to pick her up from daycare. That way she has some daddy daughter time. And if you're not there to pick her up, but she knows daddy, then she's going to automatically, oh my goodness, my shirt flipped up. Sorry. Um, I wasn't trying to flash out. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Au Pair T. Thanks for joining me. Have daddy, if possible, pick her up and spend a couple extra minutes outside of the home while you're at home, so you can get dinner together, get things together, while she is, so they can have some time to spend laughing and talking and doing things together, um, while you're at home fixing dinner and getting things prepared for her, the rest of her night. Uh, have daddy to do bath time with her. Um, Basically, let dad spend a little bit more time with her, doing things with her. She may not like it, and tell dad to stay calm. Because if daddy doesn't stay calm, she's gonna feed into that frenzy that he's got. If he's like, okay, well, all right, calm down. Okay, I got you, I got it. If he seems nervous and upset and not calm, she's gonna pick up on that, and she's gonna be have anxiety. So if he's got anxiety, she's gonna have anxiety. So tell daddy, breathe, calm down, and just do it like a champ. So that's my suggestion. Okay. We will try that. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Hello, Colton. Let's see, who's that? Colton's mama. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Okay. Any last questions? My time is almost up. I have to go to work soon. Okay. I'm good. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hello. Okay. Please don't mess up your name. Rhodesia? Rhodesia? Okay. Thank you for joining me. All right. Any more questions before I go? I have about 5 minutes. Okay. I don't see any questions. Did I say your name right? Is it Rhodesia? Did I say that right? I hate messing up people's names. And it's hard to tell if it's an acronym or sometimes it stands for something else, and I just botch it up. I hate that. Okay, hold on. Let me check the question box. What kind of suggestions for a good bedtime routine? Okay, Colton's mama. Okay, I have a schedule that's posted on my page just in case this. But um, for bedtime routines, I like to do uh, if we're playing um, and it's close to bedtime. I don't get them all riled up and climbing all over. Ouch! Sorry, I hit my elbow. Oh my goodness. Anyway, quiet time before I start the bedtime. Quiet games. If we're doing puzzles or things, or we are doing puzzles or putting Legos together, not rambunctious. We're wrestling and we're running around the house. No, just quiet, sit down stuff. And then I start the quiet music or the lullabies or just one baby I know, she loved jazz just much. I put on some Kenny G, and it just kind of, you just see it in her body just kind of calm down. And then uh I would start her bath water. She liked to put the soap in, so I let her put the soap in. And then we would take a bath, and I would put lotion her down. She got to choose what, because she was 2.5 years old, so she got to choose which pajamas she liked. She had two favorite pajamas. God forbid they were not clean. We had a meltdown, so I had to make sure the pajamas that she liked. So she got to choose which pajamas she wanted to put on. She got to choose two books. We read the books. She had a cup of milk before while we were reading the books. Then we would brush teeth and get in the bed, say our prayers. I would sing a song to her, and then I would put the sound machine on and give hugs. And then she would lay there, and I would sit there and rub her. She would ask me, rub my back, rub my back, rub my back. So I would rub her back until she was almost asleep. And then I would turn the red light on, and when she was almost asleep. And after, because the red light was on remote control, and it was awesome. I could leave the room, and she was had her red light on. And I say red light because the red light doesn't break the melatonin. It keeps them, kind of in that sleepy stage. So I put the red light on. I left out of the room and she would fall asleep. About 5 minutes later, I heard out, and then I would turn the light out after she fell asleep. So that was my bedtime routine. Yours doesn't have to be that elaborate, but have something that you do that kind of calms him down and then, triggers the brain. It's bedtime. Soft music, dim the lights, uh, play your favorite jazz, whatever. One thing you don't want to do is be watching TV because the TV is like scrambling the brain. Um, Everything that they saw on TV is like those all those flashing lights and things. It in the body, it has your body going like this, like the cartoons, and they're going like this. Ooh, they get all excited. You want something that's calming them down, not hyping them up and getting them excited. So, okay, I don't see anyone. Hello, Lizzie Lou. Thank you for joining me. Yay, I said your name right. Good, good, good. Okay. Well, my time is up. Let's see. Yes, she is correct. No screen time. It gives them adrenaline rush. Yes, it does. So, thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you all joining me tonight. I will be back next Thursday. I know I used to do this on Tuesday, but I will be back next Thursday. I just started a new overnight with a new baby. So Thursday is better for me than Tuesday because I have to go and work early, and working a day job and a nighttime job is kind of hard, and trying to do this too. So, but I invite you all to go and look at all of my um, the videos that I put out this week about the microwaving bottles, about separation anxiety, and the cute little one that I told my little girl, let's go potty, and she turns around and squats and poops in the pamper, and I'm like, I have to remember she's only one. I was like, you took me literally. And she's like, okay, I'm going to potty. And she squatted down like she was going to potty and she pooped. But it was too cute. But yeah, so I have some more that I'll be putting out to tomorrow. I'm trying to put out one a day so that if you have questions, please ask the questions on the video or put the Q&A box on my page, put some in the Q&A box. Some of them I'm able to do a video about, some of them I'm not. Some of them I will just answer directly if it's a quick answer. If it's something that I feel that a mass of people need to know about, then um, I will put a video out about it. So, my baby has a habit to hump before sleep. What do I do? Okay, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, um, it's probably a um, a soothing technique for your baby. My baby used to rock back and forth on all fours in his crib before he would just pass out. He would just rock. And the older when he was about 2 years old, he used to sit and just rock. And then when he was 5 years old, he used to pound his head against his hands. It's a soothing technique. So if your baby's doing that, it's probably a self-soothing technique that they're doing, and not a habit. A lot of babies, suck their thumb as soothing. Like I said, if that's what your baby's doing, it's probably, especially if this is right before they go to sleep, it's probably a self-soothing technique that they have developed for themselves to uh, calm them and put themselves to sleep. So if they're doing it in their bed and they are falling asleep right after, then you got it made, because a lot of babies don't. So don't I would not necessarily worry about it unless it is harming the baby, because like I said, it's probably a self-soothing technique. Hello, Malachi. Thanks for joining me. All right. Thank you, Lucretia. You take care too. I will talk to you all next Thursday. And I will be putting out videos all over the weekend. So you all have a great weekend. Do something for yourself. Self-care is important. Please take care of yourself and stay safe. Thank you for the rose. Carolicia. Carolicia. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Um, so again, see you guys next week. You all have a great weekend.